Southwest makes the call.
What?
Bag fees are how much?
$120.
$120 round trip?
Round trip for 2 bags.
Per person?
Just for bags.
Great job out there, guys. Now, who's ready to flag some more unnecessary bag fees?
Let's do this!
Bags fly free. Southwest Airlines. It's the right call.
Hey, Texas fans, express your Longhorn pride with one of 3 UT license plate designs from myplates.com. Plates start from only $55, excluding personalization. Get a Longhorn or one of over 100 other plates today at myplates.com. Express your Texas size personality with the most popular myplates.com license plate in Texas. Lone Star Black. Plates start from only $55, excluding personalization. Get Lone Star Black or one of over 100 other plates today at myplates.com.
Don't miss out on Pizza Hut's $10 any deal. Now your favorite pizzas are just $10, whether you dine in, carry them out, or have them delivered. Any pizza, any size, any crust, any toppings, just $10. Only for a limited time and only at your Pizza Hut.
Craig Way here, along with the UT Neighborhood Longhorns program, and we're fired up about Pizza Hut's new spicy stuffed pizza rollers. 4 for just $5. Plus, if you order now through September 25th, $1 of that supports the kids. Order today and hook 'em horns.
Now, a home for all things UT, Longhorn Network. Put your eyes upon Texas and show your pride. Get the gear now, available at longhornslimited.com and the Stadium Store.
We're going to work.
One more.
No holes for the rats to crawl in now.
Lift.
Everybody's working.
Chest up, work your hip.
We got enough football players in here to win every game.
Drive.
You can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. We need solutions.
There we go.
And that's why you become a great football team.
That's how you do it, Luciano.
Texas All Access, Wednesdays at 8 on the Longhorn Network.
And what you're here to do is grow up.
Longhorn Extra is the place to get your daily dose of Texas sports.
You want your team to have a killer instinct, so when you got somebody down, finish it.
With the latest scores, highlights, and analysis, plus first-hand interviews with UT coaches and players.
In the first half, the defense played their guts out.
Breaking news, we got it. Injury updates, we got it. Players to watch, we got it. Longhorn Extra, weekdays at 10 p.m. exclusively on Longhorn Network.
Welcome back into Texas Game Day Final. Loa Galindo here with Priest Holmes and Joey Harrington. The Baby Beavos got set for their first road trip of the season with really 3 main goals they were trying to accomplish against UCLA. Start fast, create pressure and turnovers, and find the quarterback. And as you'll see, they did a pretty darn good job accomplishing all 3 as they went to the Rose Bowl. 4th game for the Texas Longhorns in Pasadena over the last 8 years. The Bruins fans, they were there, but Texas sold out their allotment of tickets. And early on, we heard a lot of cheers for the boys in the burnt orange. Case McCoy getting his first career start for the Longhorns. Garrett Gilbert on the bench. David Ash coming in specialty packages. Case McCoy to DJ Monroe, and DJ cutting his way through. And that is short of the first down, so Texas offense opens up once again with a 3 and out. But UCLA was worse. Carrington Bindum picking off Kevin Prince. What does it do when you have a turnover like that early?
Well, it just sets the mood of what the defense has come to do, and that's to play tough defense, to be aggressive. And, of course, we said, how would they match up against the big receivers? Get in their face and play them tough.
Hey, DJ Grant, huge out of the tight end spot for the Longhorns. Case McCoy's second pass as a starter, 45 yards for a touchdown. Why we can compare that to Colt coming up. What'd you like about that, Joey?
He extended the football play. Didn't have the guy right away, slid in the pocket, didn't panic, didn't get his feet out of control, but just slid and made a nice throw.
Keishan Randall usually making the plays up the middle, coming off the edge there to nail Kevin Prince on 3rd and 6. Looked like it could have been a fumble. They took another look at this, but it is ruled an incomplete pass. Nonetheless, it is a turnover because of the punt for the Texas Longhorns. Jackson Shipley, brilliant back-to-back games for the Longhorns. This one gets away from him, Priest.
An unforced error. Again, it's just the growing pains. There's an opportunity for him to make a big play. Unfortunately, he didn't look the ball in.
But the Texas defense, time and time again, when there is a mistake by offense or special teams, they come back strong. 3rd and 7, Texas brings the house. That one is tipped. Blake Gideon tips it one more time. Adrian Phillips ends up with his interception, the 2nd of his career. And those opportunities that last week may have been just batted down for incompletions, now all of a sudden interceptions.
Well, we talked about the defense being active, regardless of that being the linebacker position or the safeties. Gideon came up with a big play by tipping the ball.
Malcolm Brown. How did Malcolm look starting this game, Priest?
Starting the game, he looked aggressive. He was running downhill. We know one thing, yak, yards after contact. He's good at that.
2nd and 7 for Texas, and it's Fozzie Whitaker making it Texas 14-0.
Lowell, you recognize this play? This was set up by the first 3rd down of the game. DJ Monroe didn't get the first down, but he set up the touchdown by Fozzie Whitaker.
It's 14-0. 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Kenny Vaccaro with his first interception of the season. What happened there, Joey?
The quarterback in that situation, throwing into a cover 2, you need to put the ball on the line, high and away. He just left it inside.
Look at Malcolm Brown finishing runs with authority, even when he loses the shoes.
And you know what happens? When you're shoeless on a play, you will make the highlights.
And especially if you put the shoulder down like that and finish a run, Malcolm Brown does for his first career touchdown. Ballpark, how many of those do you think will follow?
It'll be many more, but I'll tell you what, the determination is what I liked on that play.
Texas with the lead, 21-0. Richard Brijo comes in to replace Kevin Prince after those 3 interceptions. Remember this guy from the Big 12? Yeah, it's Josh Smith, who has made big plays in the past for Colorado, now doing that for UCLA. Watch poor Justin Tucker here, though. What happens to the kicker, Joey?
He took the right angle is what happened.
Yeah, exactly. The kickers usually, they force things back into the middle. He got in the mix, and you shouldn't do that, especially against Derek Coleman. For crying out loud, 250 running at you, that's just not a game you can win.
But wait, this one's coming back. Glenn Love called for the hold, so UCLA backed up, but there is a big conversion. Brijo to the speedster, Randall Carroll, first down, move the change. Brijo, this time thrown into pressure. Great pressure from him, though. The opposite end for Emmanuel Acho, and that's one that got away. Looked like Quandre Diggs had a chance to pick that one off. Derek Coleman, though, big boy, can rumble, and he shows off that strength, 27 yards here.
He showed his power, his athleticism, and his ability to break tackles. One thing we like about big players is once they get north and south.
This touchdown mainly on the ground from Jonathan Franklin and Derek Coleman. How does it happen when we've been talking about him 230 all week long, and then the game broadcast, all of a sudden he's 240?
It's a week to eat.
No, I think it was
you got In-N-Out burger. Exactly, yeah.
That's what we'll do at 3rd and 5. David Ash, brilliant on 3rd and 5.
This is the exact thing that we talked about before the game. Texas needs somebody to complete 3rd down passes over the middle, those key plays to move the chains. Jackson Shipley, was that guy today.
21-7. You can get confused on that pretty easily because that's not Colt. That is Case once again to the security blanket now. DJ Grant, first down.
DJ Grant comes up with a big play. The reason why is because he's working his feet and he's getting in the open pockets.
Later in the drive, Jackson Shipley, that's Mike Davis going over the top to try to make that grab. Davis catchless in the win against BYU. It's a 3rd and 10 situation for Texas. Watch this play. Follow Marquise Goodwin, top of the screen, number 84. Massive block on the play to set this one up for Mike Davis. Flag was thrown. Should it have been thrown?
I don't think so. I think it was just an aggressive play. I think that the way it looked to everyone, it seemed like there was a lot more damage that was actually being done. But again, it wasn't that he just led initially with the helmet.
But he dropped the crown of his head. He put his head down and he put it in the other guy's jaw. It's a good football play. We love to see those, but by the letter of the law, it's a foul.
And wasn't Priest last week trying to say track and field guys were soft?
Didn't say they were soft. I just said that they had to know what position they were in.
Case McCoy doesn't know what position he's in. He just knows throw the ball forward and somehow finds Mike Davis. I'm not even going to try to attempt to break this one down.
Watch what happens to the strong safety. He's in the flat on the hash around the 20-yard line. He has to make the decision. Do I come up and take Case McCoy or do I keep my zone? He tried to take Case McCoy, left his zone wide open. Those are the types of plays that can be created when you continue to get outside the pocket.
And you just can't explain it. There's no way to explain how a guy like Case McCoy makes plays like that happen.
Crazy legs. That's how you explain it.
Hey, that's why they believe in him, though. Another touchdown to DJ Grant. Texas would go into the break with a 28-10 lead. And when you go about Texas, first couple of games of the season, it was all about halftime adjustments. What would you do to correct the problems that you had in the first half? But now maybe role reversal a little bit. How could you keep a young team from not buying too much into the hype of what they created in the first half? What was the challenge in this halftime for the coaching staff?
Well, the challenge was so much that the team was not performing, but the fact that you keep them focused and motivated. You go back to your pregame goals in terms of no turnovers, but on the defense side of the ball, create havoc, get in the lanes and create turnovers. They were doing the things that they were asked to do going into the game, so that's where the coaches fall back on that.
I'd rather have this problem than the other.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
let's be honest. If you're a coach, you'd rather go in to tell your players, hey, you have to continue to play this way to win the football game, as opposed to you need to change what you're doing.
That's
Malcolm Brown got the start. First half, 11 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. So very good in the early going. Could Texas finish it off? That's why we had the second half as UCLA came out, tried to mount a second-half comeback. Remember, this is a team that has been in some close games, had to come back in that 4-point loss against Houston. San Jose State had them tied going into the fourth quarter, so they're mentally strong as well. Richard Brejo opens it up, throwing it to the redshirt freshman Jordan James for the sideline connection. Jeff Locke comes in because Kip Smith is hurt, and there's Locke, 49 yards for the field goal. Gets you something. UCLA still trailing this one 28-13. Malcolm Brown on 2nd and 9, carrying the pile just short of the first down. It ended up being a 4th and 1 opportunity, 3rd and 1, excuse me, and McCoy decides to stretch this one out, and you don't agree.
This is the play we talked about earlier. As a young player, you need to know this. There's a time and place for everything. They call this play anticipating to take a shot if it's wide open. Mike Davis was covered. Don't even throw this ball. You got a guy wide open in the flat. Take the first down. Move the chains. You get lucky sometimes, but you can't live on that type of diet.
Shipley does not miss as a quarterback. Doesn't miss here to DJ Grant.
Well, he looks good. I think he looks very comfortable with handling the ball. Also, he definitely wanted to make up for the muff punt.
Yeah, and for that noodle he says he threw to David Ash last week that helped ice the game. Jonathan Franklin, first down. Derek Coleman. Watch the second effort here on this play, Priest.
Again, when you have a fullback, running back, / big guy that has the weight and the power, he's able to make the extra yards.
/ power forward, Derek Coleman.
New Jersey Nets, Syracuse Orange. Shipley, first down. Wild formation. The wild Waka Waka. Fozzie Whitaker, great burst. 36 yards.
We talk about Fozzie Whitaker and the things, the role reversal between him and Malcolm Brown, but here you will see the ability to split the gaps, get into the seam, and then do what? Run away from the defender because he's healthy, he's stronger, and he has an opportunity to be successful.
Said it before, say it again. This Brian Harsin offense has something for everyone. If you can make a play in this offense, you will get the ball. Here's the boo-boo for Malcolm Brown. Late fumble.
That's the second one this season. Early on the season, hopefully it'll be the last one. But again, he has to protect the ball and understand that when he's going down on the play, go ahead and wrap up the ball.
Joe Fourier cannot hold on 4th and 9. Big Joe. What happened with Big Joe? Well, this is what happened. Adrian Phillips clocked him, so Texas is going to get the ball back. 6 minutes to go. 4th and 3. Crazy legs to Shipley. Oh, there's that connection. We were waiting for that, Joey.
You almost panic watching him in the pocket because he goes through his first to second read, and then he just starts running around. But by running around, he creates time for his receivers to get open. DBs simply can't cover that long.
That look sums it up. They don't know what to say as Cody Johnson rumbles his way in for the touchdown. Texas wins 49-20, dominance on the ground. 280-plus rushing yards in this game for the Texas Longhorns. They are now 114-4 when out-rushing opponents under Mac Brown. Dominant performance for Texas. 4 turnovers helps them get that win. 49-20, the final. So when you have a young team like Texas, you can look at every step along the way and say everything is monumental for a different reason. Your first home game, followed by your first real test against BYU. Now the first road trip for these young Texas studs, really, because they really are starring on offense. What is the lesson learned in this performance for Texas? What can it mean?
Well, is that you can have success early. And when you have that success, how do you bottle it up and save it for the next week? And that's some of the things that they're going to be thinking about on their trip and way back home. But one thing for sure, we know that when we talked about Malcolm Brown and talked about not having real carries, he actually has had real carries. But the fact is he had them early on, and it was in the first 3 series.
Yeah.